and yet you don't look
They're new homeowners.
right.
But that's how this meeting goes.
Yeah, I said
They
this.
ask
You're
like the
right.
most. Like the
Anything.
last meeting last week, watching it.
Now I haven't
Several
seen one
of
read.
them. There was some of them quite insulting.
So
They're criticizing like the deputies, what the majority of the deputies decided to merge them having a lot of institutional knowledge. I mean, it's a state agency Venezuela.
and it comes with it. Leadership comes with it. And guess what? And if you had a change of president, they complain about that. You can't. And again, they're gonna spin it and put a narrative on everything. You know that.
That's right.
That's politics. I
That's
don't
all
like
it
it.
is.
Period. Worked in it all my life. Don't like it.
Can't stand it.
But it is what it is.
It is. Yep.
You're right.
And that's why you continue on because you understand it.
Yeah, you have to just.
Yeah.
It's just a shame that they put those things everywhere. Everything is politicized. And again, I go back to the Newberry. There's no question. There's no doubt that a school board member in Newberry County has 500 acres of soybeans. He's selling to the federal government for fuel. He's complaining because we got a fuel electric school bus. Yeah, it's anyway. You know how it goes.
Like a quick little special presentation at the end of
Yeah, this sun is killer right
yeah, man. Yeah.
All right, who's
Not
that?
ideal.
Who's that rolling up now?
That is superintendent.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Cool. Cool beans.
Mic check, 1 2 1.
Check 1 2 3 4. Testing 1 2. Good. All right. Cool. One last test. Check 1, 2, 3, 4. Sound good. 1, 2, 3. Nicole, you sound good over there. Check 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Check 1, 2, 3. Jason Raven, how are we today? I'm great. Sunshine, facing all the media, good. All right.
I think it's
Just have a little bit of reverb.
good. All right. Well, good morning, everyone. It's a beautiful morning to be out here to talk about school bus safety with our law enforcement partners and our dedicated transportation office officials here at the Department of Education. Some messages that you hear in your lifetime just stay with you, and one that I remember very clearly was our state's powerful message around roadside safety for construction workers. Let them work, let them live. It was simple, it was memorable, and it had real impact. And just like all of you on those early mornings when I'm driving into the office, my mind is worrying about the busy day ahead. It's really easy to get distracted. But then I see those big, beautiful yellow buses, their flashing lights, and I'm reminded of that transportation safety campaign. Only now I find myself thinking, let them get to school safely. Because that's what this is all about, protecting our kids and making sure that they arrive at school and at home safely every single day. So this year for National School Bus Safety Week, we have a theme that is Safe Stops, Stronger Communities. And that couldn't be more fitting because a vehicle is a powerful tool. But in distracted hands, it can become a deadly weapon. When drivers are distracted, impatient, or unaware of the law, children waiting at our bus stops are put at risk. And these kids aren't just standing on the side of the road, they're trusting us to protect them. And that's a responsibility that everyone standing before you today takes seriously every single day. And I'm so grateful for all of them who do that. From our state highway patrol and law enforcement officers to the men and the women right here in our own Lexington bus shop, we are united in our mission to safely transport South Carolina's most precious cargo. But the most dangerous part of the school bus trip often is not the ride itself. It's the loading and the unloading process, especially in the danger zone, which is the 10-foot area around the bus where students are most at risk of being unseen by the driver. And that's actually where the majority of our school bus-related injuries and fatalities occur. And that's why South Carolina is stepping up. Over the last decade, we've taken a comprehensive approach to modernizing our school bus fleet. Thanks to the support of the South Carolina General Assembly, we have cut the average age of our buses in half and added over 4,800 new buses to our fleet of 5,700 buses total. We've listened to law enforcement and responded with action. We've put identification numbers on bus roofs. We've installed rear motorist alert devices that are now on 400 different buses. We're leveraging bus arm, dual arm stop arms. We're harnessing 360-degree camera systems to enhance driver awareness and student safety. And that's just a small snapshot of the many improvements that we have made over the last few years to ensure the safety of our students. And now I'd like to go ahead and turn it over to Colonel Williamson to share more from the law enforcement perspective. Colonel Williamson.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. It is a pleasure to be here today with our good friends from the South Carolina Department of Education to talk to you today about school bus safety. Since the 1950s, the South Carolina Highway Patrol has enjoyed a long partnership with the Department of Education, working together to keep children safe as they travel to and from school. Back then, patrolmen served as school bus driver trainers, and since the 1980s, the patrol has assigned a trooper to the Department of Transportation Office to serve as the state school bus safety coordinator and law enforcement liaison. And today, I'm happy to announce that South Carolina has not only one, but 2 full-time troopers assigned with a singular mission of school bus safety. As troopers, we strive to keep everyone on our roadway safe, and that includes the 340,000 children who ride on our state school buses each and every day. And that would not be possible without the school bus drivers, school bus maintenance technicians, and my fellow law enforcement officers who stand with me today, who work hard each day to help keep kids safe as they go to and from school. As you can see, protecting our children is a team effort, and I thank everyone for doing that so well and for doing their part. Another important part of this team is you, the driver. Every driver shares the roadways with our state school buses, and each of you have a very important job: to drive safely and obey the law when you see a school bus, and especially in the mornings and afternoons when children are getting on and off the bus. As State Superintendent spoke earlier, loading and unloading are the most dangerous times for students around a school bus. For 2 reasons. Students may enter one of our 4 danger zones around a school bus, which includes the immediate areas in front of the bus, behind the bus, and on either side of the bus. It is difficult for the bus driver to see a child in these areas, and we ask our parents to talk with their children about avoiding the danger zones and staying in sight of the bus driver. The other danger exists when drivers fail to stop for the flashing lights and stop arms on the school bus, which can also cause problems. Unfortunately, we continue to see motorists illegally passing school buses. Just last school year alone, we received 3,901 reports statewide of drivers failing to stop for a school bus with the stop arm extended. And that is only the incidents that were reported. And we know that this egregious violation is happening more often than we see the reports that comes in. We want to remind you that by passing a stopped school bus, you are placing children at risk for injury and possibly death or something a whole lot worse. Not only that, you also risk the paying of a fine of more than $1,000 and receiving 6 points against your driver's license as a part of the motoring public. So we need your help today. And we need it not only today, but we need it always. Parents and guardians, please remind your children of the bus stop safety rules, such as staying out of the roadway while waiting for their bus and not crossing the road or loading the bus until they see the bus driver's hand signal telling them it is safe to do so. Drivers, know when to stop for a school bus, and when you encounter a school bus on the road, you should anticipate a stop occurring in the near future. Watch for the warning lights, and when you see the stop arm extended, stop your vehicle. Not slow up, stop your vehicle. While we enjoy taking this time with our partners at the Department of Education to recognize National School Bus Safety Week, it is also important to remember that school bus safety is an everyday occurrence, and it takes all of us working together year-round to keep our most precious cargo safe, our children. Thank you.
Colonel Williamson, thank you so much for that wonderful reminder, that call to action to each of our drivers who are on the road every day to do their part to ensure that our students are safe and secure as they ride our beautiful yellow buses to get to and from school every day. But as important as it is that we keep our children safe as they load and unload, and important as it is for our drivers to be aware of all of the safety concerns, we know that there's a lot that goes into maintaining these school buses every day and ensuring that they are safe and operational. And that's the job that happens right here at this Lexington County bus shop. So I would like to invite Mr. Mike Bullman, who is our Director of the Office of Transportation, and Mr. Thomas Price to join me here at the podium. Is Mr. Price out here? Wonderful. Come on up, Mr. Price. Friends, I want to let you know today that Mr. Price has been with the South Carolina Department of Education Office of Transportation for more than 5 decades. He started at the South Carolina Department of Education on January 25th, 1974, and this January will mark his 52nd anniversary with the department. He embodies the very best of who we are, and his unwavering commitment is a testament both to his character and to the culture of excellence in our Office of Transportation. Director Mike Bullman leads that office with integrity and vision, and I'd like to invite him to say a few words. Mike?
Thank you, Superintendent Weaver, and thank you everyone for being here today. Again, as Superintendent Weaver has already said, Mr. Price has been here over 50 years, and again, he's led this shop with skill, integrity, and commitment to student safety, and certainly we appreciate all the work that Mr. Price has done. Just a couple of things here to give you a reminder of how long Mr. Price has been here. As Superintendent Weaver said, he started in 1974. Average home price was $35,000 in 1974. The new car was $4,400. And a gallon of gasoline to get you here, Mr. Price, was 51 cents a gallon. Big Mac, 55 cents. And the #1 motion picture that year was their Towering Inferno. All of those movie buffs out there. So again, Tommy, it's been a pleasure to work with you. We certainly thank you for your commitment, for your work, and your continued work. Again, thank you for everything that you've done.
Thanks.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yes, absolutely. And we have a beautiful service pin here and certificate that we will present to him. Congratulations
Thank you again.
Thank you for
Thanks.
your service.
All right,
Yes,
thank you.
absolutely.
All right,
Absolutely. Thank you, Mike. And the final thing that I have before we take some questions from the press is, in honor of National Bus Safety Week and on behalf of the Lexington County Legislative Delegation, I'm proud to present this resolution recognizing the impactful work of our transportation team. So Mike, if I can have you come up here again. I'm not going to read the entire proclamation to you, but this one sentence really captures the theme. The men and women of our transportation office, which includes mechanics, drivers, trainers, inspectors, and administrators, serve with quiet strength and steadfast commitment, always working behind the scenes, but their impact is visible in every yellow bus that rolls across our state. So Mike, thank you for your leadership, and thank you to the incredible men and women of your office.
Thank you.
Absolutely. All right, thank you very much. And with that, I'll go ahead and open it up to questions for me or for the Colonel.
Were there any specific areas or streets or roads that you guys saw higher risk of incidents related to school bus safety? Were there any areas like that?
I'd ask Colonel Williamson to address that.
Yes, so as I spoke earlier, we have two troopers that are assigned to the Department of Education to help with stop-arm violations and make sure our law enforcement across the state enforce that laws. Yes, there are some areas across the state that we see that have higher violations than others, and what we try to do is concentrate in those areas through our liaisons back to our local captains in those areas, so those local captains can then have their troopers watch out for those violations and patrol and enforce the school zones and the areas where these stop-arm violations is occurring. Yeah, so in meeting with our liaisons about 2 weeks ago, which is Webb, come forward, Corporal Webb and Corporal Butler, if y'all would come forward. So they have different areas of the state, and we've identified some areas such as, I think, was it Conway? Horry County is one, Lexington County, and Greenville and York County. Those were the counties that we specifying now, and we have a high violations or stop-arm violations that we see coming in each and every day as we receive from the Department of Education. And of course, you know, our job is to get out there and enforce it and try to cut it down to zero, make sure it doesn't continue occurring, because anytime we can save a life or keep a kid from getting injured, then that's a day well spent. Yes, pretty much stop-arm violations is mainly what we focus on. As that arm comes out and that stop sign is out, we want to encourage the motoring public to stop for the school buses, as well as making sure that they're educated through the Department of Education and our liaisons as to when to properly stop for a school bus.
I'd invite our director, Mike Bullman, to come up and address that more specifically, but I will say that one of the many joys of this job has been partnering with the General Assembly to ensure that we are upfitting our buses with the absolute latest and greatest safety technology, including those cameras. And so, Mike, I'll invite you to speak a little more specifically about the numbers.
Sure. Yeah, we have approximately 600 of those cameras right now, and so every new bus going forward will be equipped with that system. So that's the plan, is just to equip all new buses with it.
Super. Any other questions? All right, we'll call it a wrap. Thank you very much.
Ma'am, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here.